ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। How God appears, what is his participation in the life of a devotee, the wholehearted giving of God to his devotee and wholehearted devotion and surrender of the devotee to God. It's a wonderful thing. To the absolute, all-including thing, God is beyond everything, yet manifests as the universe and all beings. And if we forget this aspect of God, that God has become everything, Sri Ramakrishna used to often say, the entire 24 cosmic principles with this universe is made is Divine Mother. So when we view God, we have to view Him in His totality as individuality also. Individually, He is my personal God. Collectively, He is the entire universe. And beyond both my existence, His existence, and the whole universe merge in one when we stretch ourselves beyond the three. The cosmic existence, the universe, the Vishwarupa of the Lord. In the Vishwarupa of Lord, my body, mind, senses, everything becomes there. And I have kept my individuality as Jiva. That also merges in it because he is the Antaryami. He is projecting in it through this body as the Jivatman. So when you see every Jivatman is manifestation of his presence in the individual bodies. He is Samashti Chaitanya, he is appearing as Vyashti Chaitanya in individual souls. I don't have anything in this universe. My soul is God. My bodily existence is God. My whole existence is God. So also of this universe. God alone exists. So this vision of higher and higher reality up to the absolute, the Lord wants you to know. See, don't limit me in any way. Wherever you see, whatever you conceive, whatever you can think of, is myself. Wherever your vision goes, wherever your senses go, whatever your mind thinks, know it to be myself. This is called Maya. Mohimaya Jagadekha. Mohimaya. Look at the world as myself. I am there. Not only look, I am there. You look here. When we say, it is not your opinion, it is truth. The truth is expressed in this Mohideka, Mohimaya. I am pervading this. I have become, this is called immanent aspect of God. God is immanent in this universe. He has become, he is pervading, he is the substratum. On him it is resting, in him it is resting. And what is resting is himself. And what is pervading and giving existence as time and space bound is his own divine existence pervading. He is the Sutratman, the pervading, just like Sutre Manigana, as if the Beads are put in the counting. For children we use counting scale board in which so many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to make them count. We'll put beads in a string and tie across. So like that the whole universe is every object, every jiva, all things are interrelated, interconnected and coexist because of the Sutratman, God pervading it, pervading it. Pervasion means you must be very clear. Independent of the object, it pervades. Like suppose there is a block of glass. Light can pass through glass. Now if you keep a block of glass and pass light, light is passing through every bit of it, pervading it. Light is pervading, it is not disturbing the object. Glass is transparent, and this transparency is light can pass through it without obstruction. So it smoothly passes and pervades the whole thing. It gets illumined. I can see a glass. If it is not in space when light passes, it will not illumine space. Because space is subtler than light. Space is pervading light when light passes. So light doesn't pervade space. Space pervades the light. That's why space we can see, light we do not see if light is going. In the night when sun sets, light is going from all other sides and we don't see light. Any object, if a moon is there, it illumines the moon. Any object coming in between, it will illumine. But light passing through the space doesn't illumine the space because space is subtler than light. Whatever is subtler, and Chaitanya, the consciousness, the universal consciousness, the Vishwa Chaitanya, the Lord, passing through all this, even space it passes through, we are able to perceive the space, understand the space because the Chaitanya is passing through it. So God is pervading it, God has become this, and God is the substratum, and God is the culmination of this universe. So here he says, Mohimaya Dekha. See, wherever you see, don't limit me to this form alone. This form I have taken for your sake. For the sake of bhaktas, God takes the form. Sri Ramakrishna again and again says, don't limit God. And God can take any form at any time and manifest anywhere. He is all pervading. He just manifests there. So it is Sattva Sama Mohimaya Dekha. Jagadekha. Mohimaya Sama Jagadekha. As you are viewing me, as you are seeing me, see me everywhere pervading. In Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life we see he is so much devoted to Krishna and he sees last his views. He goes on playing, dancing, ecstatic love of God. As his end is nearing, he sees in every grain, in everything, in space and water, in everything he sees Krishna. Krishnamaya Jagat. So this vision, one of the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, Sri Ramakrishna asks him, what do you want? He says, I want to see God in every living being. Sri Ramakrishna says, Otatu Shishya Kotha. It is the end of sadhana, where you see God in every being, God in every object, God everywhere. It is the end of your sadhana. Now what do you want? He says, I don't want anything short of it. So that vision to see God in everything as the ultimate reality. Mota Santa Adhika Karilekha. You see me everywhere pervading the entire universe and standing beyond, and standing in and through that, manifesting as Avatara, standing beyond the creation, pervading the creation, and become the creation. In every jiva I am reflecting. And this aspect of God, he says, all this I have told you now, various aspects. But when you see a devotee of mine, Santa, Mote Santa, Adhikar, even beyond me, I become small in front of him. Because his love, his devotion, his dedication is so great, his love is so great, I become small. As he wants, I will be. As he demands me to be, I become his bhakta, as if I become the bhakta of the bhakta, dasa of the dasa. You consider one who constantly, here he uses the term santa, from the sat root, one who is totally established in reality. The whole universe is a just appearance, constantly changing flux. It is a constantly changing flux. There is no anything you can standardize or say this is permanent here. Only I am seeing my existence independent of this body, my mind, which is observing and seeing. It alone says that it is changing, because it is not changing. I am. This I am is not changing. My body is changing, my mind is changing, everything, my all layers, small instrument in and through which I observe, all things are changing. But I am not changing. That I alone, from childhood, from birth, what that I produced till the old age, I have become old. That I is continuing in that old age, in that old body also. The same I. Because of that I not changing, it is able to perceive and understand the change in the world. Everything is changing. So, the Sat is unchanging eternal reality. God alone is unchanging. So, when a jiva realizes God and experiences God, the whole universe going, changing, millions of Srishti Sthita Pralaya passing, and God pervading everything and unchanging reality. When he understands his own existence, independent of the bodily existence, I am eternal. The objective ultimate, God is unchanging. God is eternal. It is ultimate reality. I come in relationship with the eternal, unchanging reality as myself, as separate from it, but ever related to it. When I possess a body and keep a separation, I appear to be separate, but I am one with it. I want to see myself as if I am separating myself knowingly as if. So I and you relation I want to keep and enjoy God, not become God and be God. Be Ananda. No, I want to enjoy Ananda. So after reaching God, after becoming one with God, he again separates and keeps the bhakta awareness. I am devotee, I am your friend, I am your mother, I am your father. With relationship, you want to experience, enjoy the bliss of God. To become one with and become myself, Ananda is different as in Nirvikalpa Samadhi and as in the ultimate reality. But one who keeps, after reaching that state of oneness with God, again separates. There is no ignorance, there is no bondage of Maya, there is no bondage of karma. He is totally free, but he wants to adopt separateness with knowledge of oneness, just to enjoy the company of God as separate from Him. This state is called Santa, associated with Sat in the real sense and in the absolute sense. Now, I am related to God in my mental state only, not in reality. When I realize God, I am one with the God really, and I am keeping this separateness. So, this Aham Brahmasmi and Aham Dasosmi. I become Aham Brahmasmi oneness and I am Aham Dasosmi. I separate. This state of separation in Vyuthana Sthiti, what the Jiva experience, what the Jiva is, in the Vyuthana Sthiti after experiencing God, is called Santa in its real sense, in its terminological sense. To that Santa who is enjoying my company, whose heart is, he doesn't see anymore the world or worldliness, nor is interested, nor he gets a vision of that. He has forgotten the whole of his past, everything. He is established in God. God is established in eternal bondage of eternal life. He has given himself totally to God and has become an eternal devotee to such a Santa. Think of him as greater than me, greater than me. Because one thing is on one side, he has given himself totally to God, and on the other side, he is example for others, for the goal. And he is not only example for the goal, but he inspires. His life inspires others. He is proof of existence of God. God exists has only two proofs. One is one who has seen him. Second is what scriptures say, Shastra Vakya and Santa Vakya. Otherwise, we don't even know God exists. We don't even know. The proof of God's existence, yes, God exists, is Santa. I am there. His life is proclaiming. His realizations are proclaiming. So this proclaimment of the Lord, of his existence, is done by the Bhakta. So here the important part is he who is giving you information of me, who is giving proof of my existence, and to whom I am not accessible yet through any sense. So he is the proof. He is proclaiming me. I am there with him. He is carrying me in his heart and in his mind. So consider him to be greater than me. This is the seventh step. Sattva samamohi maya jagadekha. Mota santa adhika karilekha. Mota santa. More is greater than me. Understand this. Atava jatha labha santosha. An important thing is be absolutely contented with whatever you are, whatever is been given. Don't get worked up within because you are representing me now. When you come to this state, even if for fun, even if out of just like that, without any this one, don't feel or express or make others know because you are Purna. In Purna, there is no dearth for anything. But sometimes I become so small that in front of God I am just a small child. And just like child makes importunities with God, I may fight with God. I may say, oh, you're not given me, you're not given that to me. It is not abhava it is expressing. It is expressing love. I love and say, oh, you're not given me this. I don't need that. I am Purna. But still I expect the God to, suppose I want God to feed me. I am feeding every day. Suppose I am looking after myself as Yashoda and God as Krishna. Then I feed him in my meditation, in my dhyana. He appears to me in dhyana as a child. And when I come back from the samadhi, I feel, oh, I did so much for him. He has not responded. And I just like I fed him. So sometimes children put something in the mouth of mother. They sometimes take out from their own mouth and put into the mother's. That kind of, oh, how nice it would have been. I should have waited for some more time. A kind of, for others, outsiders, and for, discontent. So this source of discontentment should not be there in you by any means. You must be under all conditions. If things are worldly things you don't seek, you don't need, even otherwise. Suppose another person is seeking and he is not getting, then also you should not feel discontented. You may ask, you may plead, you may do, but discontent, whatever God has kept in any state, in any position. Suppose you are not taken food for many days because God wants to show something to this world sometime, for the transformation of some person. He may give you pain and suffering. How you react to it? You should not feel discontent because God is with you. You have acquired a separation to show what a devotee is to the world. And see that by adopting, just like God taking avatara, he adopts all limitations, including going to school, going to a master, sitting with the master, learning. He doesn't need any learning at all. He is the Lord. But he covers himself with so much ignorance. When mother doesn't feed him, he starts weeping. God incarnate. Somebody has taken away something from him. Like children getting less marks and weeping. Like that, he starts weeping. That limitation he has put upon himself willfully and with all acceptance joyfully, and he knows that he is doing drama. Yet that covering is so clear and so perfect that sometimes he weeps, sometimes laughs like all other people. When Rama lost Sita himself, how he was weeping, like an ordinary man weeping. Does it befit God? So in those circumstances, we feel discontented. He says, no, you are a devotee of mine. I can do any lila, but you should not be always contented with. Even if you put on limitations, see that you are contented with him, so that you will be radiating me, you will be radiating my peace at all times and under all conditions. Atma Jathalabha Santosha. As much as you get, whenever you get, whatever you get, everything. I saw one person eating food So with so much joy, so much joy. There is no expression of any dislike or distasteful. Then when we sat for food, there was no salt in the sambar and there was no sugar in the payasam. He was joyfully eating as if it is so tasty. And we asked, how did you eat? He said, it's a new taste to eat without salt. To eat this, it is a new taste. This is also taste. With salt is one taste. Without salt is another taste. See the contentment. How does we? How we are under the sway of likes and dislikes. How we are created. How we are bound. How we are limited. We have limited ourselves. We have put on the limitations. So here he says, no, you should not. Because you are representing me. You must always show the contentment. Because then only you can radiate that love to all beings. Then only you can radiate the bliss and peace of the transcendental world. Then you can present me to others. You are my representative in the world. We are representative as only purpose to place. If you show the discontentment, who will place me in the heart of others? In dire poverty, I may place you to show poverty also doesn't affect you. You are contented in the dire, in riches when riches come. Then also you are the same, unaffected. The unaffected under all stages because of love of God, dependence on God, trust in God, and acceptance of God's will, not merging my will in God. Sikh Guru Nanak says, merge your will in divine will. Merge your individual will in divine will. Let divine will alone work. When I have my will separate from God, then I experience the losses, gains, my suffering, my discontentment. Everything appears when I separate my will from divine will. When I merge my will in divine will, the whole universe is governed by divine will. All things are happening by divine will. What will I have got? Everything. I accept things as they are. I accept all beings as they are. My only part is to pour love, give love to all who come to me. That's all my part. I have to play that part. That is, I don't have individual will. I have surrendered my all to God and I am content with whatever I have. I see, I view everything as one inseparable reality. And the important thing is to accept the world as it is. Accept my status, my position, my existence as I am. This is contentment. And to see all jivas in the same way. I have no choice. Acceptance of God's will. The world as it is, people as they are, and myself as I am. God has kept me in this. It is His will. When I accept His will, I am happy. Maybe I am in dire poverty. Maybe I am in great difficulties, like Thakur having throat pain, throat cancer. Total acceptance. He is beyond the bodily awareness. He is one with God. So let the mind and body take care of each other I am in bliss. To accept the world as it is, to accept all people's behavior, this, that, everything as they are, and to love. And to accept in whatever state God has kept me in the same way is to not to react in anything is to be one with God. Continue. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.